Today I'm going to show you how I make my sweet and sour pork. This is an easy and simple dish you can make for your family anytime. Only a few ingredients, semi-traditional. Stick around. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this pork loin. I've already cleaned it and cut off most of the fat. We're just going to cut it into 1-inch cubes. Okay, so now that we have them cut into the 1-inch cubes, I'm going to get it into this bowl. Add a few tablespoons of soy sauce. This is the low sodium one that I'm using. A couple cloves of garlic, minced. Just make sure everything is well covered and coated. Get the flavor started. Now for the next step, you're going to need an egg. So we're just going to crack an egg in here. Get that all coated up. Now I'm just going to set that aside. Just got a couple of green onions here. Now you can use regular onions if you like. I'm just going to use the green ones. I like the flavor they have and the color. Just going to do a quick chop. And 1 bell pepper. You can use more than one if you like. Just you're going to use the one. And again, we're going to chop it into small pieces. Again, just cube it. Try to get all the pieces close to the same size. And I've got some red onion also chopped into those cube pieces. Now I'm going to make the sauce for it. So we're going to set this aside too. So in here, in this bowl, I have a couple of tablespoons of water. I'm going to add about 2 or 3 tablespoons of ketchup, a little bit of rice wine vinegar, maybe about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm using the light brown sugar, a couple of pinches of salt, maybe half a teaspoon, and about a tablespoon of cornstarch in here. And we're just going to whisk that up, get it all nicely blended. Want to make sure you work out all the lumps out of here, get it nice and smooth. You don't want it super thick, but you do want it on the thicker side, almost like a syrup. So now we're going to put that aside. So now I'm going to move on to the next step. All right, so now the pork has been marinated for a bit here with the egg, soy sauce, and garlic. So now we're going to get our flour, get that onto the pork. And we want to make sure we get everything coated here. And it's going to be kind of goopy a little bit, but that's what we're looking for. And in the meantime, I've got some vegetable oil, maybe about a ½ inch or so in a pan. I'm going to do a light fry, a pan fry in this instead of a deep fry. And in the next step here, I've got the cornstarch, maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons worth in this little plate here. And we're going to start coating our pork pieces. So I'm just going to use a fork here. So I'm going to grab these in and just kind of get them all well coated. Give them a nice coating. This is what's going to give it that nice crispiness. Here, get that on the plate. Next one. Now you could do this in a bag too. It'd be probably a little easier. All right, so I'm going to finish coating these with the cornstarch, and then we'll get to the frying pan on the stovetop. Okay, so we're going to take these pork pieces now that the oil's reached its temperature and lay them in nice and easy. Just got to cook them through. Okay, probably going to do them in 2 batches here. Okay, so this is the second batch going in. This is, again, the first fry. I took out the original one here. I'm going to throw that back into the oil once I clear these out. For the second fry, you want to make sure that the oil is turned up a temperature. Get it at least 400 degrees. And you're going to fry them for about another minute or 2 until they get a nice crust. As you can see, like that. That's beautiful. Nice, beautiful crust. You're going to transfer them onto a plate with some paper towels on it. So getting a little bit of garlic oil in the pan, and we're going to saute the vegetables. I got the onions, bell pepper, and the green onions. And we're just going to saute that up until they soften up a little bit. It's only going to take about a minute or two. And so I'm just going to add our pineapple chunks and some of the juice. Put that in there too. And we're going to let this saute for a little bit here. Probably about 2 or 3 minutes until everything kind of softens up. Then I'm going to transfer everything into a bowl and start with the sauce. So now I add a little bit more oil in here, and we're going to get the sauce in here and start reducing it. Cook it for a couple of minutes until it starts thickening up and reducing. So now you can see it's thickening up. So now everything's going to go into the pan. We're going to get the pork in there. Get that in there on the bottom. Okay, we're going to get that all coated up first. Okay, I got the heat on low so we don't over dry out everything. And now we're going to get the vegetables, and the pineapple and everything else goes into the bowl, into the pan. And we're going to let this cook for another couple of minutes until all the flavors come out perfectly. Now at this point you can actually add some red pepper if you want some heat to it, so you can make it sweet and spicy. This is a sweet and sour. I'm going to let this cook a little bit here. Here's a pro tip for you. If you notice the sauce is getting a little thick, you can add a little bit of water to it. All that extra cornstarch and flour will thicken the sauce. So let's scoop some of this goodness into a bowl on top of some rice here and give it a taste. Oh, that's good. The pork really tender. It's got a nice light crust to it because I didn't deep fry it. I kind of pan fried. You know, all these vegetables and the sweetness and the sour from the vinegar. You capture all that in the sauce. This is fantastic, nice and easy. Really good. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Give me some likes, some shares. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Check out this video here next. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.